Hello, welcome, and thanks for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Gumansing. Topping our newscast tonight, WAPA's solar project is underway and making speedy progress towards its target deadline in November. Late August, WAPA and Toshiba broke ground on the 18-acre property that will be home to the solar facility. News 2's Erica Parsons has an update on the project's progress.
Within 1 week's time, WAPA's solar generation project went from being in open fields to looking like this. Full construction began on the solar facility last week.
We're in the process of installing 3,000 posts, approximately 817 racking systems.
Last Thursday, the VI Energy Office's director did a walkthrough with officials from Toshiba, who's building the 4-megawatt plant in a state Spanish town. So far, they've completed the security perimeter and installation of the solar panel racks. They're expecting 19,000 solar panels in July and will install those through September. Officials say they're on track to complete the project by later this year. In fact, they're scheduled to turn it over to WAPA on November 1st. The solar array plant will connect to WAPA's new Midland substation and is expected to reduce fuel costs by nearly $2 million. It's all part of WAPA's initiative to vary their energy resources to provide relief to its customers. The project itself is good for the economy. More than 20 locals are currently hired on, in addition to 8 outside contractors who are specialized. Officials are pleased with the site and its progress.
This is a nice site. This is a very nice site, and it lays, everything rolls up, which is nice, and it's actually right on the road. You don't have a lot of tree problems for later for vegetation control for us.
Next, for the project after the solar panels are in, will be the electrical work and construction before the handover to WAPA. Erica Parsons, News 2.
Now, WAPA signed a 25-year power purchase agreement with Toshiba to provide power. Well, we are getting close to the primary elections, and here are some important dates you should mark on your calendar. July 2nd is the last day for registration. On July 31st, the testing of electronic voting machines, as well as tabulation equipment and certification by the board, will take place. On August 2nd, it's the primary elections. Then August 12th, the casting of lots will be held for position of names on the official election ballot. November 4th is a general election day, and on November 18th, the runoff election is scheduled. And here are some forums coming up so you can hear from the candidates themselves. Candidates running for the legislature, governor, lieutenant governor, delegate to Congress, etc. We Grow Food, Inc. They're holding one on July 13th at 1 p.m. The forum will be held at the Bordeaux Farmers Market. The format for this forum will include a 5-minute opening statement, 4-minute to answer each question by each candidate, and a 4-minute closing statement. Also, from June 23rd to July 14th, the St. Croix Economic Development Initiative has partnered with the Christiansted Restaurant and Retail Association, Our Town Frederiksted, and the Democratic Party of the Virgin Islands to host a series of forums that will focus on St. Croix economic recovery, revitalization, development, and expansion. The first set of forums were held on Monday. However, looking forward, the Delegate to Congress and Lieutenant Governor forums will be held at Club Comanche on July 7th, and the Gubernatorial Forum will be held on July 14th at Pier 69. The youth in the community also have the opportunity to discuss solutions on major issues with 3 youth hall meetings coming up. It's presented by the Legislative Youth Advisory Council. The council is inviting youth ages 14 to 23 of each respective district to attend. And here are the dates. On St. Thomas, it will be held on July 7th at the Otley Legislative Hall. On St. John, that's set for July 9th at the Legislative Conference Room. Then on St. Croix, July 11th at the Fritz Lowette's Conference Room. All meetings are from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. The agenda includes discussing a proposed bill to have school policies allow high school students to bring cell phones to school. Well, meanwhile, a voting machine demonstration and voter registration drive will be held by the League of Women Voters in collaboration with the VI election system on Saturday, June 28th. The public is invited to learn how to use the machines that will be set up at the Tutu Park Mall Center Court. That's from 9 a.m. to noon. In other news, the police on Tuesday identified the 25-year-old who was gunned down outside a residence in Williams Delight on June 18th. The man has been identified as Akil Braffith of Estate Anna's Hope. Police said the call about shots fired in Williams Delight was received by 911 dispatchers about 11:51 p.m. Police found evidence of multiple shots fired. Reports indicate Braffith was found laying outside one of the residences in the housing community. Police continue to investigate, and they're asking for your help. If you have any information that can assist in their investigation, you can call 712-6031-911 or Crime Stoppers. Meanwhile, Golden Grove Adult Correctional Facility inmate Daniel Sinclair, already serving a life sentence for a 1987 murder charge of a woman on St. Thomas, was arrested after allegations that he assaulted a female corrections officer. The 61-year-old was arrested on Monday night and charged with third-degree assault, aggravated assault, and battery on an officer and interfering with an officer discharging their duties. According to reports, just before 12:30 p.m. last Friday, the corrections officer reported that she was taking Sinclair to the recreation area and opened the door to let him in. Once inside, he struck her several times with his handcuffed hands. The officer sustained a deep laceration to the forehead. We'll turn our attention overseas. House Speaker John Boehner says he will file a lawsuit against President Barack Obama for failing to carry out laws passed by Congress. Boehner confirmed he was filing the lawsuit Wednesday. He did not provide further details other than to say he believes the president is not faithfully executing the laws of the country. Republicans have long accused President Obama of selectively enforcing his health care law. The suit will be filed on behalf of the House of Representatives, and its existence would likely set off an election year partisan struggle.
This is not about impeachment. This is about his faithfully executing the laws of our country.
Now be sure to tune in to CBS Evening News at 7:30 for more on that. Keeping our eye on the economy, iPhones may be getting bigger. That's according to published reports. Apple will soon begin mass production of the largest iPhones ever. One model will have a 4.7-inch screen, another a 5.5-inch screen, and they could be available in September. The Commerce Department said the U.S. economy shrank by 2.9% from January to March. It's the biggest decline since the recession, and economists blame the harsh winter weather. Here's the New York Stock Exchange with our stock market watch. Everything up: the Dow 49, NASDAQ 29, S&P 9. Coming up on News 2, our summer fun segment continues. Another fun event you can add to your calendar, including Fulico, the armadillo official mascot of the 2014 FIFA World Cup. It's coming to the Virgin Islands. Plus, brain-based training has been introduced to the VI via a system called the Interactive Metronome. Details on how it works and to your health. Well, now that it's summertime, when was the last time or the first time you enjoyed some fishing? You can cast out the net and reel in the big ones. This Saturday from 2 p.m., there's a Don't Stop Talking Fish event, a free family event. You will find a Fisher Expo, Marine Expo, a Lionfish Derby, local vendors, arts and crafts. A Fisher of the Year award will be announced. There will also be live performances by Precious Busspipe, La Fuerta Band, Maranile, DJ Daddy Babs, and more at Camp Arawak. And that's at Great Pond, St. Croix East End Marine Park. Well, have you been watching the FIFA World Cup in Brazil? Well, then you know who Fulico is, the armadillo, the official mascot of the 2014 FIFA World Cup. He will be in the Virgin Islands at McDonald's restaurant on St. Thomas and St. Croix. Children and soccer fans are invited to bring their cameras and come meet and take photos with Fulico. Fulico will be on St. Thomas this Saturday, June 28th at 12 p.m. at Lockhart in McDonald's and at 3 p.m. at Tutu Park Mall McDonald's. Fulico will be on St. Croix this Sunday, June 28th at 12 p.m. at Golden Rock McDonald's and at 3 p.m. at the Villa Lorraine McDonald's. Special VIP passes can be found in McDonald's Happy Meal. Students from the OBAP summer program took the cockpit controls on Wednesday. The students are part of the Project Aerospace's ACE Academy, and they've been learning all about aviation. The apprentice pilots worked with a flight simulator before taking off and landing on their own. Afterwards, the pilots signed off on the students' flight logs.
Getting a discovery flight today. For many of them, it's the first time getting into an airplane. A lot of students say that they want to become pilots, so we're giving them the opportunity to actually see what it's like to actually get into an aircraft and fly. The type of airplanes that they're flying into are airplanes that they're going to be flying in when they first start their flight training to obtain their private pilot license, their instrument license, and their commercial license.
We're really excited to partner with OBAP today and have the students out here to have their discovery flight experience. Here at Bulky, we have a great flight school, and our flight school offers discovery flights for the community, as well as taking people through further training like private pilot, multi, and onwards, so that they can achieve their goals if they want to be professional pilots.
Congrats to the students. The Virgin Islands Port Authority is moving forward with the dredging, development, and possible expansion of the Gallows Bay Marine Facility on St. Croix. WAPA's governing board recently assigned a task force in order to its marine consultant, CDR McGuire, to provide technical services to acquire the VI Coastal Zone Management and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers permits, along with plans and specifications to perform maintenance dredging of the Schooner Bay Channel in Gallows Bay. The maintenance dredging will allow small cruise ships and luxury vessels to berth safely in Gallows Bay. Well, into your health. Today, there are more than 2,500 certified interactive metronome providers in over 1,700 clinics, hospitals, and universities throughout the United States and Canada. And now, occupational therapist Tina Blue, owner and operator of VI Occupational Therapy, has added the interactive metronome brain-based training to the list of her specialties. Here's more into your health. Interactive metronome, also known as IM, is an assessment and treatment tool used by therapists and other professionals who work with pediatric and adult patients with neurological conditions that affect cognitive and motor functioning.
The interactive metronome is a computer-based rehab and training technology that helps grow new connections between the core parts of the brain responsible for timing.
IM is used to improve attention, coordination, language processing, reading, and math fluency. Tina says the IM training is catching on, particularly with athletes. Recently, she assisted VI boxer Samuel Rogers for some exercise sessions designed to help with rhythm and reaction time and improve focus.
These new connections can help people with disorders like stroke, head injury, Parkinson's disorder, attention deficit disorder, to improve skills in coordination, sequencing, focus, and attention. And these are important for all activities of daily living.
And now, as with the turn of this century, we've entered into the realm of what we call neuroplasticity. I have seen patients with very large strokes and made almost sometimes full recovery. And yet you do another MRI of the brain and there is the lesion still there. We have had many tests, both in primates on a micrographic scale, and also by using functional imaging MRI, that the brain has proven itself over and over again to be very plastic. And therefore, this just reinforces the importance of patient cooperation with occupational therapy and physical therapy.
Well, be sure to call Virgin Islands Occupational Therapy, and they're located at the Paragon Medical Building for more information. Be sure to stick around. Your News 2 AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.